welcome to another episode, I'll call it, of Community Storytelling. I'm Lissa Kreisler, and we have another neighbor from Los Gatos. You have so many fine people in Los Gatos. Karen Addato. So nice to meet you, Karen.
Yeah, nice meeting you as well.
Now, how long have you been in Los Gatos?
We've lived here about 17 years, my son and I.
Yes.
Love it.
What's not to love, as my mother would say, what's not to love? And you have a story, and I've been warned, and I did not put any Kleenex next to me because I think I might need some, but I've just got to have you share, and I know your story has many parts, but let's start with the main part.
Okay.
And it's a story, and I don't know, I hope you can tell it.
I can. I'll share it with you.
Please
it's very
do.
special to me. The story is surrounding my younger brother, Stevie. We were very close when we were young. We were closest in age, and he was just a wonderful, wonderful brother and very dear to me. Sadly, some things came about in life that kind of took him out of the race emotionally. He fell down, so to speak, and
at what age?
He was probably in his early 20s when this started, and he started drinking, and then he disappeared. Long and short of it, my brother was missing and presumed homeless for the last 12 years of his life, and we didn't know where he was.
But you felt he was alive?
I just did. I just knew inside in my heart that he was, and I just waited for that phone to ring, for hopefully the call, not the bad call, but the call, hey sis.
It's Stevie.
It's Stevie. I'm here and I'm well, and don't worry about me. And so I waited and waited, and then I got a call. Someone had told me that they saw somebody that looked like my brother Stevie 3,500 miles away, where we were raised in Massachusetts. So here I am in California, and not knowing where my brother was exactly, but knowing, okay, maybe this is him. And
so was this a friend of yours?
This is a friend of mine from Massachusetts, and they said it might have been him. And so I got on the computer. I remember that night. I just hopped on and I started Googling, and I went down to that intersection on Google Earth, and I drilled down to street level, and I found a liquor store at that corner, and I found a homeless camp behind the liquor store.
Oh, I am speechless.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I just knew, I started crying, and I just knew, I felt my brother was there.
But now you didn't see him, because sometimes you can see people in these pictures.
I didn't see him, but I just knew. And so what I did is I went on Craigslist community posting, and posted a community ad outside of Boston immediately.
Oh my gosh.
Please, it was heartfelt. I was in tears when I was typing it. Can somebody please go behind that liquor store and call my brother's name? And I had a tremendous response. So many people whom I've never met replied to that posting, and I had to take the ad down. It was amazing. And long and short, by that next day at 10 o'clock in the morning, a local fireman and his friend went behind that liquor store, and they were there calling his name, and what do you know? He stuck his head out from behind a lean-to shack that he had built without using one nail. It was just something he had thrown together, and he lived there.
Oh my gosh.
And they went over to him and they said, you don't know us, but your sister from California has sent us looking for you, and she would like to talk to you.
And what did he say?
He started laughing, oh, my sis, and so they called me right there on the spot, and they took a picture and they sent it over to me. And I got to see him while I was talking to him on the phone. It was...
How did he look?
Scary. He just didn't look like my brother. He looked much older and worn, and it's a rough life living outside. You can imagine.
It is.
And drinking, and that.
But you got to talk to him.
Oh, it was a wonderful, wonderful reunion. And so I sent him a cell phone. He didn't know how to use a cell phone. He was disconnected from society.
Now, you sent him a cell phone. Where did you send it to?
That
the liquor
was the
store?
tricky part. The friend that had tipped me off, I connected with her, and she went behind that liquor store and brought him the cell phone. We had to teach him how to use it. He had never had a cell phone. And this wasn't that long ago. He was just so disconnected from society. And so we worked to get him into rehab and to shelters immediately. And sadly, we lost him. He passed away. It was...
Did you ever get to see him?
No.
No. And
it was too late. He passed away the day before I had scheduled to fly there.
Oh my goodness.
And it was... I was happy that I could see him kind of on the phone.
Yes, and you got to
speak
talk to
with him. But I
Oh.
was devastated that I had missed him by a day.
Oh.
And so we just...
I have the chills. I don't know how you can even tell this story without
It's been
losing it.
Yeah, it's still, my heart gets a little faster. And
What a story, though. That is just an amazing story. And now the second part, what it led to.
it's just amazing how mine is a testament how something that just such a travesty and suffering can result in something that is just beautiful to help other people, I think. And I look back and I see this now. At the time, I didn't see it so clearly. But after we lost my brother, there was just something that came up in me that I couldn't bring him back, but I certainly could do something to help somebody else's
The
brother.
next person, yes.
Yeah, and right here in our own backyard in Silicon Valley. And so I took my then 9-year-old son, Dylan, who is a junior here at Los Gatos High School, and took him down, and we went to a safe homeless park, and we began a lunch delivery every Sunday at 4 o'clock.
Fabulous.
And we started just going out and befriending people and learning their stories. And
What an experience for Dylan.
oh, it really was.
Yes.
He got to just really see and learn to be compassionate, not just talk about it, just to go out there and really find people's stories and look behind the cover. You know, you can't judge a book by its cover. And I don't think that any of us should go there, and we should be wary of that, because there's people just like you and I that...
There's somebody else's brother, as you
Right.
said. Yes, they are just like you and I, but through unfortunate situations, they end up where they are.
They do.
So you've been feeding them, and then that led
grew
to...
It was wonderful. It just kind of grew. Lots of volunteers started learning about what we were doing and started joining forces. And then over time, as we earned the trust of the homeless, they started coming to us for help in getting off of the streets and getting jobs and housing. And so practical help kind of kicked in. And then out of necessity, I came up with an idea to help facilitate this practical help and create a hub, if you will. So I went out and I purchased an older RV and gutted it with a team of volunteers and customized it. And they're called high-tech Rovers. They have Wi-Fi computers. It looks like a computer lab inside.
I've seen pictures. I've seen the video of it.
Oh, great.
And yes, and it's amazing. It is. It looks like, yes, it looks like a science lab or a computer lab, and you're teaching people skills.
That's right. And there's a career closet on board. There's shower and grooming utensils. And so we could take someone that is motivated and wants to get off the street on a fast track, bring them on board, and just envelop them with lots of love and help, practical help on a fast track. And we've done that.
How do you pay for all this?
This was done primarily out of pocket. This was pro bono, volunteer support, and everything has basically fueled that endeavor. And then once we started getting media attention, some donations came to help. And so that's been wonderful, and we greatly appreciate that help.
So how many high-tech Rovers do we have?
2.
2?
Yes, High-Tech Rover 1 and 2.
And might we see them downtown?
Yes, we would take them to the St. James Park in downtown San Jose, and then we branched out to go to homeless parks and camps with them. So we just roll up and bring a ray of sunshine and just filter into the community, the homeless communities underneath overpasses and in various places where they were, and just engage them and bring them on board and try to help out.
What's the next step?
Good question. So the next step is the Santa Clara County Office of Education has reached out to us to bring the high-tech Rovers to various school campuses in impoverished areas in Silicon Valley. And we're going to bring the same triage of help to try to get homeless children and their families off of the streets as well on a fast track.
How wonderful.
It's exciting.
And how are we paying for all of this?
A small grant is being offered up by the county, but it's not nearly enough to be able to do what we want to do. And so I've kind of come up with an idea.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
I'm a realtor, and I've been in the real estate industry for 17 years in Silicon Valley. And the concept is, it's on homezello.com. You can pull it up and learn more information. But what it is, for every time you use me as a realtor, a portion of the proceeds from that transaction goes 100% pass through to a homeless child and their family as deposit help and rental subsidies to help get them off of the streets on a fast track. Amazing. So we're going there anyhow. We want to connect, and as the escrows close, we want to choose the most vulnerable families and homeless children, and then our pledge is to try to get them off of the streets within 30 days of the escrow closing. And we've had success before in doing this. We know how to do it.
That is amazing. That is amazing. So give the website one more time.
It's homezello.com, and HOMEZELO.com.
Got it.
And for every escrow that we close, the client, their name will be listed as a sponsor on the high-tech Rover at the event. So we have 65-inch digital display screens that are plumbed outward facing into the high-tech Rovers with audio.
That's amazing.
And we're going to feature our sponsors and give them the credit that is due for helping get homeless children off the streets.
I want to give you the credit that's due right now. You're a very special woman, Karen Addato.
Thank you.
I wish Stevie was here.
Oh, thank you.
Sitting with us. He is, yes.
Spirit.
And what you're doing for Dylan is amazing.
Thank you.
So thanks for being with us.
I appreciate the opportunity.
What a story, right? What a story. I'll go get the Kleenex later because I'm going to keep thinking about this one. Thank you. What a wonderful story that is. And if you have one too, or you know somebody who has a story, let us know. KCAT.org. And thanks so much for being with us today. KCAT TV 15.